Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Ohio. Jumbo. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. But please, stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Let's go. Hello, my name is Wayne. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Thank you so much for being a client. Namaste. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. We want you to succeed. That's why we do these webinars every morning. So thank you. If you are new to these webinars, please visit TradersWay.com. Open up a trading account today. Pay it back. See, these webinars are designed the overriding goal of helping you become a success. So when you do feel comfortable opening a new trading account and trading real money, it might not be today, it might be in a week, it might be in a month, it might be in a year. But after blood, sweat, and tears, you should be able to develop conservative, repeatable skills as a currency trader. So when you do feel comfortable trading real money, we hope that you'll choose Traders Way as your broker. TradersWay.com, yo. How's my screen set? You know what? I've been busy. I've been busy, so I haven't been messing with it. But like, there's one screen. So the resolution's super clear, super clean. The blacks are super black. The whites are super white, and there's no glare. There's no heat. So it looks like it's working. I mean, but I'm probably going to sell this computer or get rid of it or give it to the kids or something and get a different one. So yet another trading PC. Good thing it's only money, right? Yeah, it is snow day. Jim's got 8 inches. It's not, I don't think it's very cold in Georgia right now, but all the schools are closed. We'll ask Google here. What is the temperature outside?
The current temperature in Peachtree City is 46.
It's not that cold, yo. The schools are closed. I'm not joking. So there's no snow at all. It was 58 degrees yesterday. So America raising a generations of sissies and self-entitled. Anyways. Yeah, you know, yeah, it's all a lie. It's all a lie. It's this interesting setup. You know, and it's been an evolution. It's all a lie. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it this way, but it's actually pretty good because, you know, when you're sitting at the computer, you're looking here most of the time, right? And if you go your traditional kind of layout, there's always sort of a two bezels joining in front, right? So you have to kind of look left or right. So that works good if it's an odd number. So if you have 5 across, right? 5 across stacked portrait, you know, it works out really nice. I mean, it's nice. I might try it the other way though and do 6 43s at 4K. The problem is they don't make computers to run 6 4K screens. They just don't make them. Yeah. So you probably don't have, you have 8, but they're not 4K, they're 1080p. So these are all 4K. So that's the whole idea, to have 5 4Ks, because then if you add up 4K times 4K times 4K, I got a 20,000K screen. So, but we'll see. They just don't make motherboards that can run all that kind of stuff with the video cards and stuff. So it's just it's an interesting problem, but I'm just monkeying around with it. Okay, so let's just see where we are. Let's do a quick trip around the world. Anything interesting here? So anyways, it's all a lie. Before I took this rig down, I had 18 1080p screens. All right, guys, top, top, top. Okay. And check that out. That's exactly where we opened. For a bear, that means down to M1. So to here, was that 104? No, obviously not. 108.90, 109, 108.80-ish, maybe 108.70-ish. Okay. The only other scenario is if you don't think it's going anywhere. And I'm kind of like for that right now while we wait for the big news, right? But what if it trades as a bottom here? Then the top is going to be here, which is our top, right? So I'm kind of leaning toward it doing this. Okay. And that's an S1R1. My mouse is really messed up this morning. Anyways, you see what I mean? That's kind of where I'm, right? Oh, I've had multiple setups like that. It's all a lie. So I don't remember which specific ones. They're usually the same ones. NVIDIA something something something. But remember, the issue with a trading computer, guys, is you don't need powerful video cards. So it's not a matter of going out and buying powerful, expensive video cards, because on a screen like this, here's a chart. Okay? It means like 3 pixels an hour change as the hourly candle goes from here to here. Here's what it's doing. And out of that, how many of the pixels are actually changing? Like literally 3 pixels out of a chart are changing, and everything to the left is exactly the same as it was an hour ago and 5 hours ago and 10 hours ago, right? So you don't need anything powerful, but you do need a motherboard that can hook up multiple video cards, and then typically each video card will run, let's say, 4 screens, right? And then they have, see if I had an example. Well, anyways, so typically what they do is they'll have 2 out ports, and they kind of look like DVI, but they're not DVI. Anyway, so you plug into that, and from that dongle, you might plug in 2 other screens into that one port. So each double port would run 4, and then you just stack them, right? You can build easily 16, and then you can do 2 externals for 18. So, anyways. What Jermaine says, what's the difference between support and resistance and supply and demand? A lot of this terminology you're probably just getting from, some guru on the internet, on YouTube. I do this for my own reasons. I can only assume why other people will do it. But let's just say they're probably the same. But very often you get guys that say, this is the secret bank level. If you hear stuff like that, unsubscribe and hang out with me more. There's no secret bank level and stuff. This is just trading. Yeah, semantics, yes, but sometimes there's reasoning behind semantics, right? Yeah, 5 or 6 screens, fine. Yeah, mini. Yeah, see, I got lots of that too. I got lot. I mean, look at. Which one do you want? I got ports up the yin yang, yo. So I got DVI to display port and display port back to DVI and converters and other converters and converters for converters for converters. So, anyways, this is the stuff I'm not using, right? So you end up getting piles and piles and piles of like, here's your display port going to this, and then you're gonna need 18 of them, right? So many times in my life, here, let me get this back. So many times in my life, I'm like, I need 20-foot long DVI cables, and I'm gonna need, to go from there to all the way over here, I'm going to need 6 of them, and they're $40 each, and boom, 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 and then something else, and then you get a new computer, and it doesn't use DVI, it's going to use HDMI or HDMI, and all of a sudden you're just buying cables and cables and cables. I got so many different cables, it's like sick. It's just sick. But it's just because I've had so many rigs over the years, they all need something different. And the technology, of course, has changed a lot too. So I remember going from VGA to DVI to DVI to HDMI to HDMI to DisplayPort, and then different versions of them because I might have DisplayPort out but DVI in. And so I got thousands of these. It's crazy. Yeah, Benny. The screen's not going to make you a better trader per se, but I will never forget the first time I had 3 screens. I was amazed, and people were amazed when they came over to my house. Just the fact that I had LCD screens at the time. People were blown away, like, you have a flat screen? I'm like, well, it's an LCD. It's not really a flat screen. It's an LCD screen. But yes. Anyways, it was funny because I was under my desk hooking up the cables, right, and everything. And then I popped up, and I'm still on my hands and knees, and I wanted to see if they came on. And sure enough, I could see my desktop. So I'm still on my hands and knees. I didn't even pull up my chair yet. And I grabbed my desktop or my trading platform, and I dragged it across all 3. And I could see the charts, and I saw a trade setup, and I went click, and I've been on the, anyways, boom, and I made some money, and I just went, So additional screens did help, but they're not gonna like put it this way, if you're in a construction worker, so I've had a lot of work done on my house recently, and I know how it goes now. The construction guys come up, they put up walls, they put up trim, and when it's all done, there's big gaps between everything, and this is crooked, and that's cracked, and all that kind of stuff. And then the painters come along, they caulk it, wipe, paint, and they hide all the mistakes. All of a sudden, it looks gorgeous once the painters hid all the mistakes. Multiple screens is not going to make you, they're not going to make you money, right? They're helpful, but they're not going to cover up your mistakes. If you suck with one screen, you're going to suck with 100 screens, right? So I always had a rule that I'm not adding another screen until, I pay for everything with pips, put it that way. So don't buy a whole bunch of screens and say, now I'm going to make money. No, it should be the other way. You're like, I did so well this month. I'm gonna invest in my tool, because I consider that a business tool, right? That's where I make my money. So I have no problem. But plus also it's a tax write-off for me. I don't know what world you live in, but I have to pay taxes, and I pay a lot of taxes. So when I spend money like this, it's like I never made the money. It's like I never had the money. It's kind of like I got it for free, because I paid taxes on my income. This comes off before it counts as income. So it's like I never made the money. So let's say that's 10 grand behind me. All right, it's like I never made the 10 grand, so I don't pay taxes on that 10 grand I never made. So it's not like I really got it for free, but I use it every day. That's where I make my money. That's where the magic happens. And shoot, it's either that or I pay the government, and they're not going to put it in my city. They're going to build an elementary school in Baghdad. They're not going to do anything in my neighborhood. So I might as well spend the money on me, because I'm an only child and I'm selfish and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to spend the money on me and not a stranger. So I got to take it out before the government does the distribution of my wealth. So yeah, I got a big computer. So what? Right? So anyways, it's neat stuff. And I know you guys are probably building something. Cool, right? But make sure you're a good trader before you do anything ridiculous like that, right? Oh, thanks. Thanks, Jean-Guy. Yeah, Jimbo, right? Putty and paint. Yeah, yeah. Grab the screen. Yeah, I'm sure you can get 1080p screens for $60. Yeah. Oh, you don't have to be jealous. So, actually, right now I'm actually pretty impressed with this company that built this rig for me. And so I was thinking I can have them maybe build, like, I don't know, build an inventory of 2 or 3 standard computers that, let's say, run 8 screens, and it's got the configuration I like. Maybe it even has Trader's Way MT4 pre-installed or something. Maybe we can ship them out to you or whatever. Make it so you can just buy, put it in your cart, pay for it, and have it shipped to you. That's it. Easy peasy. Was direct viewers. Anyways. Oh yeah, no, it seems fine. It's the other the tilting thing. It just didn't work. It just didn't do what there's a whole factory making mounts that don't work. It's amazing. But this is fine. It's working out fine, guys. It's not done, as you can see, but I got other priorities. Why is it ZAR? Why is there so many ZAR? Weird. I guess we're looking at dollar. Okay, so, well, let's do some ZAR, I guess. Which ZAR do we want? Okay, so that was the trade plan for the month. Yeah, Jimbo, is it 4K or 1080p? Because I found 1080p at that size doesn't work. That's why I needed the 4K. Anyways. So this was the plan we had at the beginning of January. It's moving along. And everyone in South Africa must be thankful. Right? Oh, right on, Jimbo. Yeah. But even, I even had, well, I had the 70K, so I don't know about 50. But the 75-inch 4K. So remember, I hooked that up there. I donated that to charity, by the way. But I hooked it up there, and it was nice, right? It's a little wider than these 343s. So this whole thing right here, that's essentially the same size as the 75-inch. Man, this rug. That's essentially the same size as the 75-inch was. The problem is it being just one 4K screen. I found the resolution was okay, but not quite enough. Like, not quite good enough. It really should have been more like 6K, but like, who has a 6K TV, right? Or a screen. So that's why I gave that to charity, a couple of, how much is a 75-inch 4K Samsung screen? Anyways, a couple of $1,000, right? So anyways, I donated that to charity, and then I ended up getting these three, which make up the same space, but now it's 12K, not 4K. You see what I mean? A little bit more money, but not that big of a deal. And it seems to be working out, so that's why I was thinking I should just have 5 4Ks. Boom, boom, boom. And that should be about the size of the wall. I mean, technically, I could probably do 6, but then, like I said, then you got a bezel in your face when you sit in the middle of your desk. Well, Benny says you can't even see in 4K. I'm not going to argue that, but you can tell the difference in resolution. What you can or cannot see, I don't know. But there is like a giant difference. And then when compared to 1080p, like the black in this sky is so black, it looks like the screen's not even on. It's as black as this screen that's off. I mean, it's perfectly black. This black in comparison on the 1080p LCD looks gray. Like there is a clear difference in resolution and in color. So there's a difference. That's all. Okay. So it says, looking at ZAR, you see a role reversal. Well, the money to be made is up in here where I said it was going to fall and going to fall here. So in the course of 1, 2, 3 weeks, we're well on our way. And then, of course, you see here is this week's sell. Okay, so it's moving on. There's still reason to be a bear, and I wouldn't be a bull yet if I wanted to be a bull on this. That hasn't happened. So with putting all of this into context, here's the sell for the month. So you should have been up, selling at 1470, and now we're at 1370. So all right, making good pips here. This is this week's sell by definition, right? I mean, that's such an easy sell. And so everything is going good for a bear. Right? Like, look at this. Sell at the M3, right? Sell at the M3, sell at the M3, and that's off the central. But like, it's pretty easy trading, actually. We are at a supportive area, but that's why you have to have, I suppose, a reliance on your bias. See, if you didn't have a bias, you'd be biting your fingernails going, well, what if it goes up here? Well, your bias says it ain't going up there. Your bias says it's coming down here. So that's why you sell with your swing trade now. That fits perfectly into your monthly swing. Your weekly swing and your monthly swing are congruent. So like if you're a bear, you don't care about that. Okay. Oh yeah, well. Benny says bitchy spread on the czar, but it got blocked. But always, 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 like it's an amateur mistake to as Benny said, you know what, I'll show it. I'll unblock it. Benny says bitchy spread on the czar. Well, you know what? Before you say that, because I hear that a lot on things like Mexican peso. So then I'll teach people how to trade Mexican peso, and they say, oh, well, I'd love to do that. Oh, but, you know, the spread is 200 pips or whatever it is, right? 50 pips. I could never trade that in a blah, blah, blah. And then we actually do the calculations of what that means in money, right? And you see that it's not much different from like a euro dollar or euros or USD Swiss franc or pound Swissy. Not much different. Yes, the pips may be significantly wider, but what a pip is worth is relevant information. So like, let's say you're trading a mini account, and every time you pulled the trigger, it cost you $3 to trade a euro dollar, but it cost you $4 to trade USD Mexican peso, and you're like, well, forget it then, you know, because you're calculating everything in pips, but pips are irrelevant, really. It comes down to how much money you're risking, and ends up being not a whole lot different, is all I'm saying. So the message is, make sure you understand the true sort of the value of the trade setups. You might have been walking away, not just on peso, but let's say on ZAR or lira or other situations where you are walking away from good setups because you misunderstand the variables, right? So just be careful, right? Well, no, it should be the same whether it's one mini or one, you know, or 10 standards. It comes down to how much money you typically risk. See what I mean? So like imagine you typically risk $100 on every trade, right? Well, let's say it's like one standard lot, right? Something like that. Well, what if it ended up being $130 to trade a USD Mexican peso? Would you walk away? No, the answer is, well, it ends up costing you 30% more, but that might be within your tolerance if the trade is good, right? Especially if your typical trade pays you 1,000, would you risk 100 or 130? And you might say, well, yeah, 130 is totally acceptable if the setup is good. If I'm going to make $1,000 or even $500, then you say, well, good. Then it's within your risk tolerance. Is all I'm saying. But a lot of people, they come in and they're calculating things by pips, but not by pennies. So that you just before you walk away, because it's a 75 pip spread, just make sure you know what a pip is. Right? So Jimmy says 365, which could be worth about $3.65. So it may not be significantly different from a euro dollar. That's all I'm saying. Do the calculations first. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi. So yesterday we were up here, and I said we were down here. So what I would look for is a buy in here. Can anybody concur? Mina. Seems reasonable, right? It's called a trade plan. But a lot of people, they can't wait that long. They have to trade earlier. So they don't have patience or discipline. Okay. So now we have to see, like, what does this produce inside of there is what we need for that to work, right? That's plan A. Plan B is the same thing here. Okay. Right on, Emil. Hey, couple of things, guys. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe so that when I start these webinars, you get the invitation. Please do that. Second thing, please give it a like. I mean, just click, done. Give it a like. Just come on, give it a like. And then third thing is these chart templates, like my pivot points, my moving average combinations and colors, and all the profiles, so like 100 charts and all that kind of stuff. They're all available in the download link below the video, where it says download my chart templates for free. Feel free to do that. Well, that's the thing with YouTube. They're very inconsistent with their notifications. You have to feel bad for them. They only make like $20 billion profit every 3 months. So they can't afford to have an alert that actually alerts you. I mean, come on, you got to feel bad for them. Google and YouTube are only the top 2 search engines in the world. They just don't have the resources for a bell to give you a ring. Yeah. Jim's like, done and done. Right on. So have some empathy, for crying out loud. And more sideways action here, huh? What an amazing opportunity to not do anything. Did you guys get did you get the email, or did you get the YouTube buzz on your phone? Because I sent some people an email as well. Okay, I'm going to go over, I'm going to do the other pairs. I'm going to do gold and oil and such next. Hello? Oh, well, there you go, 8. All right. Let's see. So remember, yesterday I put a buy order here. Oh, look, I'm making money. Yay! Cool. That's nice, but there's a big challenge in here, so I don't feel that good about it yet. But look at the pattern. I would call that an R1, and I would call that an S1, so that's an inside week. How interesting, huh? How interesting. First time in forever. Oh, right on, guys. Well, I sent an email to those that downloaded the chart templates. So what I was thinking of doing for you guys, since YouTube is very inconsistent, is I might set up a like an email distribution type list for people interested in getting notifications. Not a spamming list and stuff like that, but just so when I'm ready to start, I'll send that out first, and then I'll click. So yeah, so I think the email was all right. So anyways, that's going well. Making the money. Making the music, abuse it, but you can't do to know. Pound dollar? That's $0. Yeah, we're just stuck in the sideways. What a mess, huh? So we'll see. If this is a turning point, it might be interesting. So I'll let other people fight that out. Misty Cat. So I was showing you how to use oscillators on this one. Sell, 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 sell. So now we're in this area, huh? By the way, no, Eminem, no, that was Public Enemy, dude, like 1991. So, who would like to meet up with me in Hong Kong for like a meal or a cigar or a drink or something? Oh, right on. Shezzy says, "Wait, you legend. You've changed my trading." Right on. So I'm here for it. I love that stuff. But anyone want to meet up for a cigar? I know the place in Central to meet up for a cigar, and then they own a different cigar bar which I haven't been to. But they also have some nice whiskeys, and it's super quiet, super like no one would be able to even find this place. Like you'll show up and you're like, this is a mistake. Where am I? And then you walk in, you're like, this is rad. UK? Yeah, UK Kenny? Yeah, you want to do it? No, you don't have to smoke. Will you drink? You just hang out? The smoke will just be so offensive. Yeah. I never get out of the house, Jimmy. The only time I get out of the house is to go like on the other side of the world. I'd love to hang out with you, UK Kenny. I've known you for, you know, if I have another child, I'm going to name it UK Kenny. AMFX. Oh yeah, I drink. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like seriously, I've been to South Africa. It's nice. I'll probably be there the 9th. I think I'll leave here the 8th or 7th. Be there the 9th. So maybe the Friday after that. The Friday after. So what? The 10th is Monday, isn't it? 11th, 12th. So like maybe what is that? Valentine's Day, February 14th. Something like that. Couple weeks, guys. Couple weeks. That's the plan right now, anyways. I'll probably buy my ticket Saturday, so I'll know better then. All right. So, anyways, check that out, huh? Moving like hardly anything. We're waiting for the big news tomorrow. Right? It's Tuesday, right? It's not Wednesday yet, is it? Yeah, it's still Tuesday. So, like, nothing going on here. Amazing. Moved what? What is that? I mean, moved hardly anything in London. No, no, this is for business. Yeah, I got some business stuff to do. So, yeah, in the peninsula. So I typically stay at the Ritz-Carlton, which is not far from that UK Kenny. It's on the Kowloon side in that ginormous skyscraper. Um, it's nice. I mean, it's like a second home. But I looked at staying at the peninsula instead. Also, the Intercontinental is right on the water, like literally right on the water, Kowloon, facing central. But I might do quite a bit of work on the Hong Kong island side, so I might stay there, but I don't know where to stay on that side. All right, let's do some oil and gold. Let's do gold. How many people remember this trade plan? Up, 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 down, down, buy, up. Does anyone remember that? I'm pretty sure we talked about it when we were here and here and here and here, that the first part is buy at the bottom, sell at the top, consider it a range until it breaks. Then you let it break. And then I believe even yesterday I reaffirmed for like the 6th or 7th time that that would be a buy in that zone, and it should go up. All right? Yeah. Cool, right? So there it is. And the target is this cluster here between weekly and monthly. It's pretty nice, right? I concur. But like we talked about it like literally weeks ago. Isn't that interesting? So that's that. That's that. That's really nice. WTI, a little low here. I don't really like it at this price. I want this to be trending up, but really sideways. What do I think of Dixie? I think you need to restate the question, but we can go there. What do I think the dollar index is going to do? Or do I think it's bullish or bearish? So anyway, so there's not a lot going on here, but certainly no reason to be a bear at this time. Can you see the bearish swing? It's gorgeous, right? Doesn't look like much on a 4-hour, but let's drop it into like a 15-minute chart, right? What's the typical swing? This is a swing short zone, and this right here is the target. Cool. So if it goes below that, I'm going to be very concerned. I'm still a bull, but it kind of just feels like we're just kind of sideways action. Okay? Neither here nor there. Let's take a look at yen pivots in general. And I ran so far away. I'm going to redo this. I don't like this setup. I don't like it. Yeah, the Dealbook 360 was good like this. You would click the organize button once, and it would tile things vertically, and then you could click it again. It would tile it horizontally, and then you click it again, and it puts it back to vertically. I mean, there were times when you couldn't just get it the way you wanted, no matter what. But it's nice to have the option to try, where you can't really do that with MT4. It only does it one way, but not the other. So when you do pivots, I like to see the pivots this way. Okay. All right. All right. So it's not quite right, but anyways, we'll get there. Check this out, guys. I have a buy here. Price touched my buy, but didn't cover the spread. So that's my fault. I put it right, but it touched the price and now is up here. So my entry was off by maybe 3 pips. Shoot! Okay. So I'm in this Aussie yen long for profit. I'm in the Kiwi yen long for profit. I'm in the Euro yen long for profit. I missed this one by 2 or 3 pips, but it would be profitable. And then, if you recall, I was long on this CAD yen, and I moved my stop to break even, and I got knocked out at break even. And I might start adding to the old trade, right? I might try to get back in now that I'm in all these other things. Hey, Viral Tub. Kiwi, Euro Kiwi. All right, we'll find that. So anyway, so, you know, just some swings. At least subscribed. Right on. Okay. Fairly easy trade. Okay. If you're a bear, this is your sell zone. So your plan A was here, which you've missed if you're not in it now. Your plan B was up here. Okay. Now, a bull is going to challenge you, of course. So I don't know if you're a bull or not, but a bear clearly had their opportunity. Now a bull is going to try to do this. They're going to count that as a higher high, higher low scenario. Okay, so we'll see. You can't sell it now. That was the sell, or this is the sell, or even later if it does this, that will be a sell. And a bull has permission to go long if they want to be a bull. Okay, you have the right price and you have the right technical setup. Okay, if I were me, I would prefer to be a bear than a bull. MT4 does that too? Really? Tile vertical window. Wow. See, I didn't even know there was a tile vertical window. Maybe on MT5 or something, huh? All I have is this one. I don't remember tile vertical. So yeah. From the menu top, view. Tile windows. Oh, I see. Cool, yeah. Oh, nice. Thank you, guys. Oh. So you can see this is really helpful when you're doing pivot point setups. Look at this move off the bottom here. Gorgeous, huh? Look at that. Good thing somebody put a giant blue support area there. Nice. Now we're way up here. Check this out. Pretty amazing. That gets you to there. Unless you bought it here. But see, that probably would have taken you out. Cool. See, I like to see a weak Swiss franc. I like to see a weak dollar. I like to see a weak Japanese yen. So that's cool. Everything can change tomorrow, though. Remember that. Tomorrow's going to be a supremely important day. Brooks long right on the blue line. Right on. This is the beast. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I'll never trade the pound again. Coming out hot. Look at this. You see this one? Out of position. Buy at the 4-hour 21. You're welcome. Eurocad, you picked that up, Alan? It says, thanks, Wayne, for Friday. Hey, my pleasure. You mean from the swing trading group? By the way, we got room for a few more members. If anyone's going to join the swing trading group and the day trading group, sign up. Remember, you got to go through performance coaching first, which is truly like a boot camp. You will be a better trader in 1 week. Just imagine that. Or you're just undisciplined and lazy and you won't do the work. But if you're serious, you will be a better trader in 1 week by going through the performance coaching that we have. There's no doubt in my mind. Benny, that's not what I was saying. What I was saying, and by the way, I've been saying this for many years, so it's not because Traders Way is sponsoring this. You need to look at what the spread is worth in terms of dollars. And you may not walk away from something if it's relatively the same in dollars. So if a 3 pip spread is the same as a 30 pip spread in terms of dollars, it may be something you can consider. I'm not saying if a 3 pip spread and if a 100 pip spread was 30 times bigger than a 3 pip spread and therefore, but you should still trade it. No, that's not what I'm saying, Benny. So just cool off, calm down. I agree with you. I've never once got anyone in any of my webinars overexcited or overzealous about trading. I'm not here to go, yeah, let's go, trade, buy, sell. that's not what I do, Benny. So I'm glad you got your radar up for that and your ears perked up. I agree with you that you should be very careful of the advice you take, especially free advice on YouTube. But I do care about you, Benny. I do this for other reasons. I think that most people want to be a guru. Okay. Oh, okay. I apologize then, Benny. And that I didn't want to do either. I really don't. I apologize. I'm very, very, very tired, Benny. I mean, like, I'm really tired. So, and I'm hot. For some reason, I'm dehydrated. So, I'm just saying, just be careful. I do know lots of people that would never consider a trade because it was like 30 pips, and I explained that we took a mini trade on a like euro dollar and a mini trade on that currency pair, and in dollar terms it showed how much your cash came out of your account, and one was $3 and the other one was like $4. And I'm like, just be aware that even though one was 30 pips and the other one was 3 pips, ultimately because it was an emerging market currency, the pips were worth 1/10. So it was generally the same, is all I was saying, okay? Okay? That's all I'm saying, man. Look at it from a dollar point of view before you walk away from anything, okay? All right. Yeah, I'm tired, man. What time is it? I'm tired. So I don't see anything here from a bullish point of view, and from a bearish point of view, it looks mediocre. No, I get it. I can be condescending. Look, I can be condescending, and I don't mean to be. So I do apologize if I do it. Also, my confidence can come across as arrogance, and I think I do a lot better now than I did in the past, right? I think I'm improving. But yeah, my confidence can be misunderstood, and I've always had that issue. Okay. So pound Swissy just kind of moving along off the 4 hour. Pound Aussie. Pound. I don't even have pound Aussie over here. Let's move pound yen since we've already done that. Okay. Looks like a straightforward swing trade. So the target here is M4 by definition. It's not even an opinion, so now we got to just find it. And there it is. So the target for this is 186. Is that right? 186? Yeah, it looks like it. So the trade plan now should be, as you can see, it's an out of position swing trade. So you kick off the 4 hour 21. So yeah, it's a pretty straightforward trade. I don't see anything that interesting about it. Let's see. Right? So here's the monthly entry. Then the higher high, higher low, roll reversal. into a central pivot, right? Out of position trade should be off the 4-hour 21. We're on the 1 hour. So now I got to change over to that setup to 4-hour and zoom in. And yeah, there's your Monday swing, and it should just go up to the next level is the idea. So there's your double bottom, but it's the monthly M2. So that's on the first or third day of the month. So that's very, very straightforward. Or on a weekly basis, I guess, M2 to M4 was the weekly swing. And then this is the next weekly swing. Went out of position, so you come back, catch it on the 4-hour 21, and finish the week and finish the month at M4, 186. It's a term out of swing trading. So if you understand the basics of swing trading, if your target is here and your potential entry was here, but you're starting here, we call that an outside week. And so when you're out of position, you don't use your traditional swing setup, so you use a different setup. Okay? So that's out of the swing trading course. If you want to know how to swing trading, I think you have to know. That's already been done for you. It's at fxbootcamp.com. Yeah. So I don't know, Benny. Just sometimes we get jerks come in and scream and yell and all that kind of stuff and try to take attention. But I don't think Benny's like that. So everything's cool, Benny. I just totally agree with Benny. So my point wasn't to diminish risk and talk people into trades so that Traders Way can make money off of novice traders. Like, why would I dedicate my life to that? You know what I mean? I'm not that person, Benny. But you're right to be worried about it, but that's not me. Okay. Oh, you did it? But oh, really? So you have taken the course. Well, it comes with like well, okay, like in this situation you're a buyer here, right? But what do you do when the market opens up here? It's so bullish because like a bull wants to buy low, right? But what if it's so bullish, and by definition, this is extremely bullish, more bullish than we had thought or projected. So what do you do in that situation? You feel like it's going to pull back, but it's not going to pull back this far. Then in that situation, you're out of position. You're a bull in a bullish market, but it's so bullish you're not going to get the pullback you're looking for. Okay? In that case, you're out of position, and you always use the 4-hour 21 for entry. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. And that's the language I use, out of position. As a boo, it's just a swing trade, so I'm not taking anything else into consideration. Okay? Remember, most of the time, trades are just trades. They're just setups. There's no, like I have a bias. I want global macroeconomics to improve. That means the yens are weakening. Great. But they're not consistently going to weaken. So in market conditions that give me my setup, I take them, but I'm not saying that tomorrow's big ginormous day or Friday's big ginormous day is going to make those pairs go up or down or anything. I just entered where I'm supposed to enter. It's just a trade, right? It's just I bought at the exact support for a swing. So it made a higher high and then made a higher low, returned to the central pivot. I mean, it's just a trade. That's that. I take that shot. I'm very, very, very consistent in my trading. So I take the shot and I manage the risk. If things go to hell tomorrow, those yen pairs are coming down like a ton of bricks, and I'm going to break even across the board. But I have the opportunity. See what I mean? I'm making money on those trades, and I have the opportunity to continue making money on those trades, or I break even across the board, in which I don't lose money, but I have the opportunity. So that's all I'm trying to do. Yeah, just doing my job. It's just doing my job. I think we did pound dollar, didn't we? So here's an out of position, right? So I moved to the 4-hour 21, and there's the entry, okay? Now it was 8 hours ago, but, okay. Okay, so ideally you would be buying here, but we're out of position on, right? We open hot, returns to the 4-hour 21, and then you take your shot. But you would rather it be here or here. So typically I make this a plan B, but often you're in trouble in that case because now you've broken the 4-hour 21, right? But remember, these moving averages are important, right? That's right. Up, 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 sideways. Up, 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 sideways, right? Up, up. So here's the 21. Here's sort of a return. Here's sort of a return. That's sort of a return. This is sort of a return. Okay. These are all buying opportunities if you're a bull. I believe we've done beast. You're understanding what was majors only? Swing trading? Well, no, typically it'd be funding currencies that you're swinging, whatever that means. But no, a swing trade has more to do with time. Okay. It's just a swing trade is just a trade I'm in for, let's say, 3 or 4 days or 2 or 3 weeks, depending if it's weekly or monthly. Here's that pound news. Remember, Monday and Tuesday was supposed to all be about the British pound. It's all about the pound, not real money. Well, if the pound, right? Anyways, we'll leave it at that. Look at that swing trade I set up for you guys. Nice, huh? Bo. So one of the things I have my eye on is like a pair like this wimping out now sets up a short for all of February. Oh yeah, Jimmy. I make big money, I drive big cars, everybody knows me. It's like I'm a movie star, but late at night, something ain't right. Being followed by the same sucker's headlights. Yeah, you gotta have a love for music. Zeno, how much do I charge? How much do I charge? What? Very expensive, Zamo. Very expensive. Tate Love knows Ghetto Boys. It's funny that, like, what an obscure song from so long ago. I wouldn't even call it, a good song. I don't think Ghetto Boys were all that, but somehow I know it and somehow you know it, and you're like, that's weird. Oh, go to fxbootcamp.com, Zamo. Telling you, go through the performance coaching. You will be a better trader in a week, and you'll know more about what you don't know, which is the most valuable gift I can ever give someone. Now you'll know on what things to work on to improve and change your life. You can either get that included in a bundle, or you can just pay a couple $100 for that. It's not a lot of money. It doesn't make anybody else rich. It will make you knowledgeable about your ability to trade. There is no reason not to do it. Beast, I thought I did that. Did I not do it? I keep saying I did it. But maybe I didn't do it if people keep asking for it. So, I'll even pull it up on a different chart so it's fresh. So even if I did it, maybe I'll have a different point. This year, Halloween for about a weekend. Me and Ghetto Boys are trick-or-treating. Robbing little kids for bag until the old man got behind our rags. All right, so here it is. Looking at it from a daily point of view. I'm going to drop into a 4. Let's do it in the 4. Okay, cool. All right, so standard operating procedure. Okay. This is an S, so you're going to think up in here is an R. And this is the recovery from that big move we had earlier. And you can see nothing's going on for a while. Okay, then you get an obvious breakout. So you look left, drag this across. Okay, here's the buy zone for the swing. Retrace, out of position, buy at the 4-hour 21. You guys remember that? Here's your out of position. Pull back, buy at the 4-hour 21, and you are bullish because we're climbing up out of a basement into a roll reversal. Okay, the target based on this entry down in here, the out of position and stuff is up into here. Very often it's an R2, but not always. So anyway, so all of last week we're working our way up, right? Buy dips and roll reversals, pretty easy stuff, up into our target. Done for the week. Open out of position, back into the 4-hour 21, which is your buy here, and I had my entry here, right? Oh, woe is me. Here's my order. It actually touched my order. Ha! Biatch! But anyways, and now it's heading up, and it's going to the monthly M4. And that's it. So it's pretty basic price action. Okay, pretty simple stuff. Break breakout, pullback, buy, breakout, pullback, buy, breakout, pullback, buy, breakout. I mean, it's just price action and swing trading combined. I mean, that's how I trade. I mean, that's what I do. And that's where we're going, right? So the trick to it all was this, okay? But I have to say it one more time. I told you, this is the first week. I told you in the first week or second week of January, the yen pairs were going to fall. The first or second week that they were going to fall. And then I said in the third week they would rise. And I told you this in July. All this other stuff is just people, you can blindly do all of this other stuff, okay? But you knew this was coming down, and then you knew it was going up 6 months in advance. Okay? That's the more interesting part to me. The velocity was much greater than usual this year. Cry me a river. Did I just, what? Oh, that's terrible. What a terrible idea, 8. 8 says, I usually stay out the first and second week of the year. Same goes to Christmas. Oh, terrible. What a terrible idea, 8. I can fix that for you. The best money is made when people walk away like that. Oh, I can help so much, 8. I love when people are whining and crying about loss of volatility in the summer. Now, you have to change, okay? You have to change your style. You have to change your strategy. But oh my gosh, you're leaving so many pips on the table. Highlander says, are we in the false rally now? Yeah, I think so. And I think tomorrow could probably change everything, right? But yes. So remember, it's a general idea, Highlander, right? So I don't know, like, there is no, like, laws of the universe that force this to happen, like the moon going around the earth and earth going around the sun. You're right. So there's no physics behind this, but there is a pattern. So you would have to assume that this could be it, right? But one of the concerns we had was this velocity was so sharp and so steep and so far, we may have taken out all those moves where typically you get a downward move, then you get a false rally, and then it comes down a little bit more of a lower low, but not terrible. And then we kind of just up for June and then right up in May and then kind of down to sideways around the June meeting and then summer. But yeah, I would think we're in a false rally, and tomorrow and non-farm payrolls on Friday is probably what would end the rally. Plus, other seasonal things, right? We got the Fed meeting. That goes into my seasonality. That's how I make these predictions. They're not random guesses. There's a decline at the beginning of the year for tax reasons. There's a false rally because the same people that got out for tax reasons are buying back in because they don't want to be in cash. They're institutional investors. Institutional investors are not in cash. So they're going to go to cash, book the profits, and then buy it all back again cheap. Great. Then the Fed comes out, and while that's happening, earnings season is happening. So then when we hit the third week, which is supposed to be, third and fourth week is when the false rally ends. Well, that just happens to be around a Fed meeting and the end of earnings season, which is not so radical, right? And then Friday we got NFP. So if that comes out one way or the other, it could impact. And suddenly what had been happening doesn't happen any longer. Right, Highlander? Or Mickey, right? Oh, Ali. So what did I say something, guys? Ali, you said fall not right. What? What did I miss? I said something wrong? I missed something here. You said fall, not rise. So let me say again. Because, by the way, I say it every year. So it's not like I'm making it up. All right. So the first and second weekend down, right? So let's do it this way. First week and second week, I'm thinking down. Third week, I'm thinking up, right? And then by February, back down. Oh, I did say it? Let's do it again. So we have this, right? So JPY pairs or stock market, let's say. Okay, the pairs move down, not the yen, but the pairs move down the first week, potentially the second. The third week rally, the fourth week back down. And it's general, right? This could be a week off, but I'm telling you 6 months in advance. So if it drops not the fourth week of January, but the first week of February, you have to look, I'm telling you 6 months in advance, right? So if I'm off 3 days, you got to cut brother some slack, right? But did I get this right? Oh, is it that late? Yeah, guys. All right, so lots of people are heading over to the day trading group, so I got to wrap this up. Again, if you guys want to join the day trading group or the swing trading group, that's at fxbootcamp.com. Okay. And remember, tomorrow is definitely a danger zone. And today, we're still focused on the pound. Remember, on Monday, I told you Monday and Tuesday would be all about the pound. Don't be surprised if we find ourselves up here and then the market moves sideways into tomorrow and all hell can break loose tomorrow. There's so many important things. We're basically getting all of GDP released, right? Wasn't there like consumer, there was con, wasn't there? And there was PCE, and there was the Fed interest rate. And there was, I think, one other thing, all tomorrow US dollar based. Just crazy ridiculous. All right. So if we have a snafu tomorrow somewhere in there, holy smokes. And watch your emerging markets. So let me kind of, one thing that I'm watching. If the Fed says, you know what? Okay, let's put it. If the Fed says we are going to go, we're going to hold, but not just for that event, but what if they hint they're basically going to hold until June? You see what I mean? What if they essentially, they're not going to say it that way, but what if the market interprets that the Fed's not even going to consider raising interest rates, and they can blame the government shutdown, all this kind of stuff, right? So what if they say, we're not even going to think about it till June, and we're definitely haven't made a decision? I think your emerging markets are going to move because they're going to benefit a lot. If the Fed is not raising interest rates, it's a breath of fresh air for EM. Brazil and India, South Africa, Turkey, right? They're all going to get fresh air, and that's going to benefit them greatly. And, well, we'll see what happens, right? So I got to go. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Thank you for being a client to Traders Way. If you haven't visited, go to tradersway.com and open a demo account. Also, click the Forex.Today logo and subscribe. And also, we have the peso trade coming up, and that's available as well on the on the Forex.Today YouTube channel. It's called How to Trade the Mexican Peso and Why It Works. Cheers, mate. See you tomorrow.